Hey everyone, welcome to GJBricks. I'm Greg. Now today I'm going to come good on my word. In my recent podcast I said I was going to try and alternate my time doing things between reviews, mocks and city. I'm going to do a city update today. Now what I'm going to do is slightly different format to my usual. I'm going to show you what the city looks like now, what I'm going to do in the update, and then do the update afterwards, if that makes sense. I'm not going to show you the transition because it won't be pretty. My room's a bit messy at the moment. You'll see some of that. My goal is to tidy some of that up, give myself a little bit more space to move. Now I said a while back I was going to be moving from this room to another room. It's been delayed for a little while just because we decided to prioritize a couple of other things. So what I'm going to do is make a bit more, hopefully a bit more room in here, and tidy a few things up. I'm going to deprioritize one bit, which is going to make me slightly sad, but it's going to give me more room to do other stuff. But I'll talk about that in a moment. So I thought I'd try this format and see how it goes. Something different. I haven't done it this way before, so let me know what you think at the end. Let's go. So here we are, the messy city of Studsburg. I'm not proud of certain things at the moment, which is why I want to take a step back and sort a few things out. I look at other people's cities and I'm slightly embarrassed that I haven't made more progress recently, and I'll talk about that in my podcast. I'm not going to talk about that here. But anyway, one of my main things here is I'm actually liking how this is starting to look now. I'm actually getting there with this. I do have a slight problem that I can't get down here. Oh, that's a different problem. But you can see I've got my intergalactic petrol stations in there now. If you didn't see that one, here's the video in the corner for the mock of that one. I've got my space station down here. I've got a garbage truck in the middle of a park there. I've got my Sanctum Sanctorum. Again, if you haven't seen that one, it's in the corner here now. Now, what I want to do is, first of all, I love the Space Center, but it's taking up too much space. There, I think it's a great idea, and I actually want to make it bigger, believe it or not. So what I'm going to do is move this area here that I had originally planned to be the Space Center is now going to come out. And it's going to go over here where I've got a big pile of Ninjago stuff. So this area here, not the whole area, but a chunk of that area is now going to become the Studsburg Spaceport. I'm going to be making the Ninjago area here a little bit smaller for the time being. Don't worry, when I move rooms it will become bigger. You can see here now I have the Ninjago City and the Ninjago Docks precariously balanced. Actually, it's not that bad because it's actually supported by everything on this side here, but you can see how cool that looks. So when I did the bridge and I put it next to the Ninjago City like that, I think that looks really cool, and the walkway joins through the back. There isn't actually a walkway at the front, which is a shame, but it would have been good to join that up. But anyway, oh, I've got one of Joss's mocks there. I'll talk to you about that one separately. She wants to do a video on that one. So that's what's going to happen there. Over here, I'm not going to do much here at the moment. I'm going to do that another time. But I'm actually liking how this area here especially is starting to look nice. I like how busy and buzzy that little residential area here with the Flintstones going on and things like that. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that one. So this is going to be the station over here. I need to build that one. Not going to do anything with the theme park at the moment. I want to build some more stuff for that one, so I'm just going to ignore that area temporarily. I might just trim that off with something to finish it off, just to make it look nicer. And down in the depot here, I haven't touched too much of this. I've got a few things that used to be in this area I'm going to bring back over, but I'm not really going to touch here either at the moment. My main focus is on moving this, tidying up over there, and then the idea is over here I can then start to add in a couple more buildings I've got in the pipeline. I want to build a little park. I've got a fire station there. That's not staying like that one. So that's my idea. I just feel like the space station is actually, the spaceport is actually causing a few bits of, like it's taking over that space, and it's not how it should be. And I do still want to raise that bit at the back. I might move the Parisian restaurant, to be honest. I like it, but I like the dining area of that one especially. So I'm thinking I might actually swap that one out and put the assembly square in that corner, for the reason that way the Parisian restaurant has more at the back of it than the assembly square. Assembly square is much more prominent on the front, with the exception of that balcony on the back. So I think it makes sense to move those around. Likewise, the detective's office has nothing really at the back that's worth bothering with, but the restaurant actually does look nice at the back, so I think that's a good change. So I'm going to start making some of these changes. I'm not going to make all of what I just said, but that's going to start happening now. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I've done an update. I haven't got as much done as I wanted to because it has been so insanely hot here in Australia. In Sydney, it's been 42 degrees at one point this week. It's still 28 degrees now, 11 o'clock at night. It's so uncomfortable. So I've done as much as I can before I pass out from heat exhaustion. So let's start up here and go through it. You can see something's missing here now. I think it is much better without it here, unfortunately. The rockets, the Space Center has been removed like I said I was going to. So that's now gone. I've put a couple in here. I've got the fire station and the creator townhouse, pet shop, coffee shop thing to start with there. I haven't done anything down there because I still can't get down there. I have been cleaning up the Lego room as well in between, trying not to melt. So it looks like we've got Barney and Betty down here, having a nice bit of food down in the park there. It's very nice. We've got Jacob over here from Brick Bakery, looking a bit concerned because there's some fire just outside the fire station. We've got Spider-Man up here, just keeping a watchful eye over everything that's going on. It looks like there's actually a police chase going on over here. There's two taxis acting like lunatics going through the streets there. Looks like the fire department's enlisted a robot from the Space Center to do some maintenance on their vehicles. And seems like a smart idea to me. I like that. I've just put a couple of spare buildings I've got over here, literally spare buildings. These are going to be taken apart and reused, but looks like there's a jailbreak going on there from the police center, and we've got one of the ones from the Sanctum Sanctorum, so I will come back and finish that mock at some point. Down here, I haven't done much in the depot. Just, you know, we've got a new crane there. I never know where to put this crane. I think this needs to be rebuilt. This one's from one of the harbour sets I don't actually have set up at the moment. So I've got to do something with that one. It looks like the criminals are trying to make a getaway on the back of a train there. Could work, could work. I'm not sure how they're going to get the car off of there, but you know, they can try. Is there anything else going on down here? No, not at the moment. Now, one of the big things I've been doing here is the harbour area. I actually have a harbour area now. I said I was going to work on it, and I finally done it. There's actually, we've got the Destiny's Bounty there. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful set. One of my favourite ever Lego sets. If you vaguely like Ninjago or boats, get it if you can find it. It is a phenomenal build and an outstanding set once it's built. We've got, what have we got going on down here? We've got, oh, Scooby and Shaggy look like they're trying to chase a ghost there. What's this? This looks like something from one of the characters from the Hidden Side there, and Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are in pursuit. That's unusual. They're usually running the other way. Speaking of Hidden Side, we've got one of the Hidden Side sets here. The fishing boat. Looks like the fisherman's trying to escape from the captain who's turned into the monster, and there's the white alligator there. There's the shark boat, and there's some stuff come up out of the water there which is related to the Hidden Side. I'm not sure if that's going to stay there or not. It might be coming out. Looks like we've got a raptor stopped up here for some sushi. Good on you, fella. Good choice of food there. Now over in the residential area, I have actually started tiling the road. Hooray! Bit of a problem there is that I've run out of tiles already. So we've got Brixonville going on there in his scooter. Got the rubbish truck going through. So I have actually done a bit of tidying up. I'm starting to work my way along here, and I think one of my next scenes is going to be working on that train station. I've put a couple of platforms in over there just because I don't like having nothing there, but it needs something, so I'm going to start work on that area next. Looks like we've got some of the thugs being idiots again, and they've forgotten to secure the riser thing on the back there, and it's going to get them in trouble again. Now I've added over here, we've got Hagrid's hut's been put in next to the Flintstones. It looks like Hagrid's having a good old chinwag with his new neighbours there. That's really good. Although in the meantime, it looks like Buckbeak's in trouble down here. He probably wants to turn around and sort that out. I do like that set, but it does need finishing on the back. Like it's one of those open play sets. I know it's play set, but yeah, I like it. I think it looks great from the front. I think that looks superb. I think that I'm liking the way that little sort of fantasy area is working. It fits in quite snugly with the trains. We've got Emmett there still with his house. Got a couple more things I'm going to add in around there. What else have we got? The Space Center has moved over here. I think it works much better here. Now, I originally was going to do a sort of apocalyptic area here, but I think the Space Center works better here, unfortunately. And I'm not leaving it like this. This is just me moving everything over and trying to shoehorn everything in. I think it's going to change, but I like it. I like it. I didn't mention the Ninjago docks is now finished. I don't think that was in the last time I did a video, so that's good. I've got one problem though, is that overlaps the desk there because it actually goes over the edge of its plate. I hadn't allowed for that, so I'm going to have to do something to tidy that up or offset that top floor. Now over here, I've actually made some progress a little bit here. I've put the Chinese New Year temple into this area. I think it's going to look pretty spectacular. Originally I was planning to do a sort of street scene along here and then a mountain and things. I think it was actually just going to be too ridiculously large. So what I've done, I've put this market in here and I'm going to tidy this up. I'm going to use the temple entrance, and what I'm going to do is actually make that kind of lead into a pathway up and then put the Temple of Air Jitsu up above it. So, let's see if it helps if you can see my hand. So put the Temple of Air Jitsu up above it here. So this becomes a kind of, this area here is the mountain area I've always talked about building. I can use these buildings in the pathway up. I can make it go over the track slightly and infringe onto the space station. So I think that could work quite well. So we've got Dr. McBrick and GJBricks down there having a bit of a chin wag too. Just checking out now, you may know we've both just built our Chinese New Year temples, so Dr. McBrick's gone full mock on his one, so go and check that out over on his channel. It's a cool set, and if you haven't seen my review of it, the link's in the corner now. So yeah, I'm gonna, let me know what you think about that area. I think that's gonna look nice. It's gonna be very compact, but I don't think that's a problem because it's right up against the track, but I actually think it works quite well, and I've still got this walkway through onto the onto here, so this is all joined together. I missed a couple. There's JC coming out of the crab shack there, and we've got Kaz from Blockhead UK taking some photos around Ninjago land. I like to see that. I think that's it. I think that was all the updates I had a chance to do. Like I said, it's been so hot, I just haven't got anything done, so you can see this whole area here hasn't really progressed much. I do want to do some work here. I want to start work on my hospital. I've got a second one to do there. This park is going to progress into something pretty cool. I will tell you about that as a mock soon. I've got a few ideas about, I've got one particular idea I want to do on this, which I think is going to work really well. So that's going to progress. And actually, as I said, this fire station is not staying like that one. And this one here, I've got this idea in my head to kind of turn this into some kind of alleyway between two buildings. I just think it would work really, really well. And you know, just build a couple of buildings, a couple of smaller buildings behind it, so it actually becomes an alleyway. So turn them sideways, and I think that could work quite well because you've got that cup on the end. It does actually have an end on it. I think, let me know what you think, but I think turning those to 90 degrees and then building an alleyway perhaps with some markets and things in there, perhaps adding like a little bit of a Ninjago theme to that area. That was a suggestion Dr. McBrick had, was using this as a kind of base to build a Ninjago kind of themed building. I think it would work really well, especially if I take the alleyway approach. I think that would look pretty cool, but let me know in the comments what you think of that idea. So, like I said, I didn't do as much as I wanted to, but actually I have done quite a lot in talking you through what I've been doing, and a lot of it is tidying up. I've had a few comments / criticisms for having things being a bit chaotic, and I tried to address that in this one. Like I said, I want to do work down there to tidy that up, raise those buildings. I want to move things around. So next update that should be done. I'll probably do a couple of mocks before then. I've got some more sets to review. Oh, I didn't do this one. It's a time traveling toilet. This was something I built with Joss and Callie. They're kind of at that age where they're obsessed with toilet humour. I have no problem with that one. I always find toilet humour funny, sadly. I'm never going to grow up. Never going to grow up. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of that update. I have actually finally done a proper update. I haven't just brushed over it and said, thinking of this, thinking of that. I've actually gone and done it. Next updates will be proper updates, I promise you. My New Year resolution, more work on the city, much like Jacob over at Brick Bakery did. He said he's going to do more updates on his city. I 100% agree with him. So stick with me. Let me know in the comments what you think of this update. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and please like this video and share it around so other people find my channel. It would be much appreciated. I'm on a few other places online, so here's some links. You can go and check me out if you want to go and follow the adventures of GJBricks, and I've got some more videos coming this week. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you again very soon.